Jerry, and this is Chris from OER, and we're hanging out with Justice through music.
Come gather around people wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown. Accepting that soul to be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are changing.
Well, I think just showing a presence here helps align ourselves with the proper school of thought, and that's that, you know, regardless of whether you believe that global warming exists or not, I think it's a good idea that we should all do our part to get ourselves off of depending on oil, foreign oil, or resources here, stateside, living more green, providing a better way of life, a cleaner way of life, not only for our generation but for our children's generations and their children's generations as well.
Yeah, I think we need to make it clear to the powers that be that for everybody, not just our generation and stuff like that, but we need to make a significant change, or else, for our children and our grandchildren and stuff like that, it's going to be very messed up.
This summer there'll be recycling elements for the shows, not only for the fans to provide bins and resources to recycle refuse that they accumulate on site at the concerts, but also for ourselves as well. It's amazing how much waste that you go through on a day-to-day basis. That just throwing in a recycling bin, it's a very small menial task that can really make a large I think imprint. We also try our best to use biodiesels fuel in the buses and trucks. As they become more readily available, we're certainly going to use more and more of that. And we also raise awareness. There'll be different organizations that'll be out throughout the tour that'll have campaigns going at the concerts and at the venues.
Hey, I'm Jason from Neurosonic.
I'm Jacob from Neurosonic, I play bass.
Troy, Neurosonic guitar.
I'm Shane, I play drums from Neurosonic. Canada recycles anything and almost everything, like all our bottles and stuff, and you really don't see very many recycling programs in effect down here. You see stuff that should be recycled going into garbages every day.
Yeah, we don't know what to do with our plastic containers because no one tells us. We ask and they say,
put it in the garbage. Yeah, in Canada, you got your case,
For every
bags.
dumpster, there's a blue dumpster.
Yeah.
You got a green dumpster for garbage, a blue dumpster for recycling.
I'm Mark from Atreyu. I'm hanging out with Justice through music. I think we're completely ruining our country and the world. Like, I don't know how many more generations we'll be able to survive. Like, every year it gets warmer and warmer and warmer and hotter. Not even just warmer, it gets like, it doesn't get colder in certain parts that it should be. It's a terrible thing. Like, we all need to just take a step to be more conscious about our environment. Like, even just picking up litter, recycling, like just little things like that every day. Recycling can help so much. Reusing and conserving, turning off lights when you walk out of a room, like just little things like that. Riding your bike instead of taking your car 2 blocks. So just little things like that I think can help if everyone does it.
Hi, we're the Myriad.
So we're hanging out with Justice through music.
Have you guys been able to make your tour any more green or anything? Because there's a lot of bands lately that are are, you know, greening their merchandise, greening their vans or their tour buses or anything like that. It seems to be a really big issue now with vans. Have you been able to do any of that yet?
Yeah, there's like one of our favorite bands, Radiohead, is sending all their stuff over freight to get to the States for their tour, which is, I mean, it's brilliant. And they actually had somebody come in and assess their tour as to what that environmental footprint was going to be and what they could do to stop that and or to lessen that what that footprint was going to be. And then they released this thing on their website talking about to their fans everything that their fans could do, you know, whether it was carpooling to the shows or the kind of venues that they were going to play. And I think it's fantastic. You know, I have, for example, I have a very conservative brother-in-law, and he's finishing up over at Stanford, which is much more liberal than he used to. But he sort of came to this perspective, and he said, you know, I've been thinking about this whole green thing, and he said, I guess ultimately what I've come to is like, why not? Like, even if you are approaching it from a more conservative perspective and you think, you know, that global warming is a conspiracy and this sort of thing, like, why not? Why wouldn't you want to take better care of the earth? And
We're on Frisbee McGee. We're hanging out with Justice Through Music.
You guys are here at Earth Day Green Apple Fest. What would you tell young people about what's going on?
I think it's a great gathering of music all over the country to get people aware of being greener, and being more conscious about our environment and ways to conserve energy, and just enjoy it with music.
It kind of makes people, even if they're not aware, it sort of makes people aware automatically when there's one of these happening in every large town across the nation at the same time. It's kind of cool, so it's this national awareness rather than just like one little microcosm city. It seems to like be dropping all at once in Chicago, New York, DC, West Coast. You know?
But a great place to do it, you know, in the nation's capital, with the Capitol building
Oh, it's
behind
beautiful.
you, the monument.
Yeah.
Our bus is biodiesel ready. I don't know if we've actually made the move yet.
Yeah, we just got the bus, but it's a 2008, so it's equipped with a lot of the modern.
I think the summer tour, they moved to do that, and I know a lot of other bands are doing that too, especially for as much as the touring goes and as much traveling as there is with the semis.
Because the bus runs, you know, the generators under there to keep the bus on at all days when the bus is off, the engine is. So there's constant energy being used on those big things. You know, it's a $500,000 box that has all these things on it that take up a lot of energy. So there is a lot of things that you can do because there's like a gas tank here, there's a gas tank there's a gas tank there. You know, it's like to suffice all these generators.
What about any kind of merchandise? I mean, I know some of the bands are using these now with sleeves and stuff.
Yeah, all we sell what we call UN Lives, which is our show that you can buy after the show, directly after the show, and all those are recyclable, made from recyclable.
We actually, we're getting ready to put out a new record at the beginning of the year, and we're thinking on doing an eco pack like out of like ethanol or like a corn byproduct. Like instead of using just a regular plastic recycled case, using an actual corn, you know, ethanol-based plastic product. You know, and make it really, and sort of that be known with the package.
We were also thinking about doing that with our keyboardists too.
Yeah. There's a lot of corn-based keyboard players out.